Hello everybody and welcome back to Casual Gamer Oz as we continue our F1 2016 Career Mode Season 2 Championship with Sauber driver Ben Waterworth. I am your host Ben Waterworth and we are now into Monza. Very excited for a great Italian Grand Prix. Recap on the last round, qualified in 8th position, bit of a surprise but I was happy with that. Moved into the race, got a bit of a damage on the front wing by tagging the back of Sebastian Vettel's Ferrari and did manage to lose a position for that, but I ended up finishing the race in 9th place after holding off a battling train behind me. I was very excited for that. 4th consecutive finish, 2nd consecutive points finish as well. But we're here into Monza, reminding you, of course, Casual Gamer Oz. We are casual gamers, so we have a racing line on. We don't really go too much into setup. We've got 1 lap qualifying, 5 lap race. It's that simple. Let's do this. Pole position last year in Monza. Surprised me, surprised many, and obviously we know how we went when it came to getting pole position in Canada last year and fucking up again. We only had the 1 pole this year and that was our surprise pole back in China, and already I've gone in too deep into the first turn there, but it looks like they've allowed me to keep my lap, and that's allowed me to maintain pole position pace at the moment, so interesting. Of course, we remember I may have had pole last year, but I got booted out by Kimi Raikkonen before turn 1, so not really my fault, but sadly for me last year, pole position did not amount to much. So we're looking to replicate that form once again, and we want to go for 5 consecutive race finishes this time around. 3 consecutive points finishes would be nice. Haven't had a podium this year. And remember, we're trying to top our total from last year, 35 points in our first season, and finished in 11th place last season. I would want to finish in the top 10 this season, and I'm currently sitting in 11th place in the championship. So anyway, we're heading now up in towards Parabolica. I have lost some ground here to Hamilton. He's got a bit more straight line speed than I do, but if I just outbrake him slightly, not run it too wide, I think I've run it too wide, and I'm not going to get the pole position here, but I should still be very close to the front of the field at least. Am I going to get 3rd? I think I got 3rd. Did I?
Well done.
6. Oh, I fell right off the line there. It looked like I had 3rd, but I'll take 6, but how far off was I? 1/10. Look at that. 2/10 cover the top 7. We don't usually look at the time until the next day. But Ricciardo got pole again. Exactly the same time between Ricciardo and Hamilton. But obviously Ricciardo set that time first. So that's how tight it was at the beginning of the lap. Wow, that is crazy. Okay, that's going to make one very exciting race for tomorrow. So let's do this. Okay. So, again, DNF last year. We're going to have a dry race. Please be a dry race. Please be a dry race. We're going for 5 points finishes in a row. 5 finishes in a row. 3 points finishes in a row. 4 in the last 5 races. Hungary was a bit of a blip on that. Bottas, by the way, we've got a new rival. I should have already told you that before. Obviously, Perez kept beating me. So they said, stuff it, you can't beat him. So let's have Valtteri Bottas as your rival. It's a wet race, ladies and gentlemen. Fucking hell. I don't think we can increase the R&D, can we? No, we need 625. Wet Monza. Who fucking race? At least be fully wet and not into wet. That's what we want. That's what we need. That's what we want and that's what we need. Looks like it's only going to be an inter wet to me. That doesn't look wet enough for full wets. Bugger. Alright, the grid. We know Ricciardo's on pole. Was it Hamilton was in 2nd? Yes. 3rd place, Rosberg. Vettel in 4th. We know how tight it is at the front, obviously. Verstappen in 5th. Me in 6th. Raikkonen in 7th. My rival, Bottas in 8th. Alonso 9th. Button 10th. Perez, yes, there he is. 11th. That was just a guess, actually. Massa 12th. Again, out-qualifies Hulkenberg, though. There he is in 13th. Grosjean 14th. Magnussen and Palmer up in 16th. Gutierrez 17th. 18th. Sainz. We know that Nazar's going to be dead last, is he not? Nazar, dead last. Poor Felipe. Oh well. Alright. Here we go, folks. A wet Monza. Inters. Yep, I thought so. Here we go. Can we last at least a corner this time around in Monza? At least I'm on the inside line, so slight positive there. Slow start. I'm going to have a Williams go to the right-hand side of me there. No, he thinks twice of it. I'm just going to maintain where I am at the moment and hopefully no one bumps me this time around. I'm going to wait on the brakes, head into the first turn, get a bit of cut, and I've had an illegal overtake on Danny Rick. I'm going to slow it down. Gee, they take forever to re-overtake you. That's so frustrating. that's kind of where it cost you time. Yeah, okay, you're going to argue that you shouldn't do it in the first place, but I kind of didn't do that deliberately. But anyway, stop complaining, Ben. You've got yourself up into third, at least for now. And we're going to say to Daniel Ricciardo, well, if I can't overtake you that way, I'll overtake you that way. And we'll take the position back. Thank you very much. Okay. Up into second. Again, you know I much prefer a wet track with full wets rather than an inters, because you slide around a lot more on inters. But having said that, if I have the full wets on, the circuit's not wet enough for them, if that actually makes any form of sense. I think it makes sense in my head. Anyway, I would be very happy if we could end this race right now, in terms of finishing it, not me ending it by ending up in the wall, because second place after starting in 6th is a very good start. Sadly, I had to obviously go off the throttle slightly to allow Ricciardo through, so I couldn't really attack too much on Rosberg. But anyway, speaking of attacking, I think Ricciardo's going to have a bit of a look at me here into the parabolica. He does, but he doesn't make it stick. And slide a lot into this bit coming into the main straight, as long as we don't slide too much coming out of it. And okay, that's decent. I'll take it. Hamilton already with a 1.7 second lead. I set the fastest final sector there. So that was decent. Now this first corner is always a real leveler. I'm just going to brake a lot earlier because it's so easy to slide into this on a dry track, let alone a wet track. Oh, we've got an incident behind us. Yellow flags. I wonder what's happened there. Sadly, it wasn't Hamilton spinning. That would have been handy. But the good news is if I can get a run on him up here, I can overtake him. The yellow flags have gone, but I'm not... Oh, I'm getting some ground on him there. Cut a little bit of the track corner, and I think that's probably going to be my downfall. I'm not going to get a penalty for running into people. I'm going to get a penalty for cutting the track a little bit too much. If I can maintain this gap. You know what I haven't done? I haven't put my car in rich mode yet. So that can bode well. Alright, let's do that now. Okay. Engine revs on rich. And we're actually in a hunt here for a victory, people. We are gaining on Lewis Hamilton. Could we be in with a sniff of the victory of victories, my maiden Grand Prix victory? Or have I just completely jinxed myself? I am a lot closer here to Lewis than I was last lap around, and I'm gaining on him. I'm gaining on him into the parabolica. Can I take the lead here? Coming into the parabolica. He's done it! Ben Waterworth takes the lead of the Italian Grand Prix on track, no incidents. And he's done it without getting pole position. And he sets the fastest lap.
Fastest lap in the race.
Damn straight it was, Jeffrey. We know I've already got a fastest lap back in Silverstone. This is my race to lose, people. Somehow, I have landed myself in the lead. And it looks as though I'm pulling away from Lewis Hamilton. Wow. Okay. Maintain that focus, Ben, because you know if you lose this race, it's on you. You are pulling away from Lewis Hamilton. Let's not cut any corners. You're already testing the stewards slightly. And as I said, we don't want to get a penalty for cutting track limits. Even though you've got to say you probably are 2 seconds ahead of Lewis right now. But let's not test the waters here, Ben. Let's keep it on the island. And your maiden Grand Prix victory could be yours. Wow. Okay then. Focus on what is ahead of you here. Lewis will get a bit more of a speed boost coming into the fast sections of Monza because obviously that Mercedes engine slightly more powerful than the plucky little year-old Ferrari unit in the back of my Sauber. And I get better traction coming out of the corners, but he's looking like he's... No, it's where I overtook him last lap, so it looks like I'm pulling away from him slightly. And no, I'm going to run myself wide. Don't want to stuff that one up. Keep it on the black stuff, Ben. The car's feeling good, though. I'm not sliding around as much as you probably would expect me to on the inters. And I'll pull away even more than he does coming into the main straight. Penultimate lap. Ben, you are so close to tasting the golden champagne. Oh, no, don't do that. Don't get too much up on the curbs. Remember what happened, where was that, in Hungary, was it? What race was that? No, that was Abu Dhabi last year. Oh, God, okay. Just, I thought I was coming into a different corner there. I just lost focus. Okay, breathe. Breathe it. Stop focusing on what happened last season. You're in the moment right now here. You are a lap and a half away from winning a Grand Prix in a fucking Sauber. Oh, car's getting away from me slightly there. Again, Lewis just back there enough that he's not breathing down my neck, but I'm losing time to him here because I'm just getting a little bit ragged in my driving ability. Obviously, if this was a dry race right now, he'd probably have DRS on me, but it looks as though like my speed differential is okay on these straights. That is a real surprise to me. Somehow or another, this Sauber likes fast circuits. Not too much in Spa. We saw how much I struggled, I guess, in Spa when it came to that, but that was more of a technical circuit than this. This is almost just straight corner, straight corner, straight corner. For the penultimate time into Parabolica. Take this well enough, Ben. You don't lose it as much as you did last time. Okay, here we go. You're one lap away from this, Ben. You're one lap away from a Grand Prix victory.
Final lap of the race.
Thank you, Jeffrey. Thank you. For once, I actually like the sound of your voice. Alright, don't bin it. This is generally where it'll be make or break into this corner, into the opening chicane. You're just going to limp and tiptoe around it as best as you can. Okay. Okay. That's the one tough bit done. Keep it on the island. Focus yourself, Ben. Focus it. You can sniff it. You can smell it. Sweet champagne going down your throat as a Grand Prix victor. Only your third podium. You finished second before. You finished third before. You've never finished on the top step. You've gotten pole positions. You've gotten fastest laps. Never have you gotten the victory. You finished in the points the last 2 Grand Prix. You finished 4 Grand Prix in a row. So many records here that you're doing, and this is great heading into F1 2017 as well. To show people out there watching Casual Gamer Oz that you're not that shit, that you really are capable of putting it together with some fairly limited settings, and show people that you are capable of doing what you should have done plenty of times before. You've only got the Parabolica to go, Ben. Can you hold on? You've got one last section to do. Sauber wanted you to finish in 16th place. You said, fuck you, Sauber. I'm going to win it. In what is going to be the upset of all upsets. The biggest shock in Formula 1 history. Who cares about Pastor Maldonado winning a Grand Prix? Ben Waterworth is going to win a Grand Prix in a Sauber. He has done it. He has done it. Wow. That is something that I did not expect. In the wet Monza, starting 6th place. Where's Manisha? Manisha should be celebrating. Bring me Manisha. Look at the skill there of the arm raise. That is what we want. I don't care if he looks like an absolutely unfunny comedian who is shit at commentating on Eurovision. He's my ugly fucker, and I'm glad that he won the race. Sauber win their very first Grand Prix. No, they didn't win a Grand Prix in Canada in 2008. That was BMW. This is their real first victory. Oh, look at this. Ready for it. Ready for it. There he is. Oh, yes. Pump that fist, Ben. You deserve it. And there's your race-winning car. Did you ever think I was going to win a Grand Prix watching Casual Gamer Oz? Did you ever think this was possible? Miracles do happen. Do you believe in miracles? Oh, look at the spraying of the champagne like a seasoned pro. First victory. So happy. So happy to be a Sauber driver. Well done, Ben Creasley. So let's take a look. I win. Yay. Hamilton, Rosberg, Ricciardo, Verstappen, Bottas, Vettel, Raikkonen, Button, Massa. I'm going to take a look at the replay here, at least of the start, and we're going to have to see the overtaking manoeuvre that got me the victory, of course. And it was a bit of a slow start, really, from myself, and I was very surprised. Look at that. There's Bottas behind me. I thought he was going to take me out. I was a little bit scared coming into turn 1. But you'll see this move where I overtook Ricciardo off circuit, which, again, I don't know if all 4 wheels are off the track. Okay, maybe they were. Oh, just half my car was ahead of Ricciardo. But I've slowed down to let him through, and unlike in Canada, he got through a lot faster than Kvyat did back then. Or was that? No, it was Sainz, wasn't it? Let's fast forward it up here and just see my overtaking manoeuvre on Ricciardo. We're going to see my overtaking manoeuvre on Hamilton that won me the Grand Prix. It was in lap 2 from memory, coming into the Parabolica. You see a bit of a battle going on behind me. There was a yellow flag at some point there, but we won't check that out. We want to see the winning overtake. Just see me gaining on Lewis there, just gaining and gaining and gaining, whittling down that lead. And we're going to see, here we go, into Parabolica, nearly bangs wheels. That's how you win a Grand Prix, ladies and gentlemen. That's how you win the Italian Grand Prix. Let's take a look at the championship. I'll be intrigued to see this. Oh, I've jumped up into 9th, you little beauty, and I've already eclipsed my 35 points from last year. So yes, we're ticking off all the boxes. Hamilton ahead of Rosberg, Ricciardo, Raikkonen, Vettel jumps ahead of Alonso, Button, Verstappen, me, and Perez in 10th place. Constructors, well, Mercedes are going to win it. Red Bull still in 2nd, Ferrari 3rd, McLaren. We've jumped up into 5th, ahead of Force India now. We're gonna push for that. Williams in 7th, Haas, Toro Rosso, Manarino. Thank you for tuning in to the Italian Grand Prix. I'm a race winner. I'm so excited. It's been a blast. We'll be back for the Singapore Grand Prix. Stay tuned. Can we make it 6 finishes in a row? 4 points finishes in a row. We'll have to wait and see. Like, subscribe, comment. You know the drill. Thanks for tuning in to Casual Gamer Oz. We'll speak to you next time. Yeehaw!